Where's my music? I do this every time.
I'm swishing, I'm swiping, but you won't hear me griping, cause I'm blessing my house today. I really dig it, I get it. It only takes a minute to keep my house looking this way. And you should see me move when I'm getting in the groove with a can-do attitude. Or I fly so high when I'm swishing and swiping. No, you won't hear me griping, cause I'm blessing my house today. That's right. I've made it a habit. There's nothing
Come on
hard
in,
about
folks.
it. Just 15
I got your
minutes a
questions.
day. I'm cleaning and cleaning. I do my quick routines and I'll soon be able to play. And you should see me smile when I'm sprucing up this tile. Only takes a little while and I'm done. And it's fun when I'm swishing and swiping. No, you won't hear me griping, cause I'm blessing my house today. Here we go now. Swish and swipe. Around and around I scroll, twisting once around this tub, and things are looking up and I fly so high when I'm swishing and swiping. No, you won't hear me griping, cause I'm blessing my house today. That's right, I'm blessing my house today.
I don't know what's going on Facebook, but come on over to YouTube and get subscribed because the sound is good on YouTube. You know, I spent 2 hours last night researching how to do videos on YouTube, and Scott Adams and I have the same idea. If it's too hard, I'm not going to do it. I don't have time to edit videos. I just need to go live, and that's it. And I don't have a team of people that help me. It's just me and two phones. And I know the camera on 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 the phones is not great when it's reversed, but I need a monitor to make sure I'm centered, I'm in the picture right and all kinds of good stuff. So here I spent 2 hours researching stuff last night, and Scott Adams gets on this morning and tells me how to do it, which he's done that before, but things haven't changed. He used to do his show on an iPad. Well, that doesn't work, and I'm not going to disrupt my computer setting to bring my computer in here and set it up. I have the phone I use and a backup phone, and I use my backup phone on the internet every day. So here we are. It's all good. The sound is not able to be understood right now. My sister says. I don't know why that is. Okay, I'm going to take my AirPods out. And I'm going to put them in the case. Put them in the case. One movie. I don't know why my sister's sending me movies while I'm doing the show. Restart. Restart what? I don't know what to restart. Somebody said that worked. Now that did it. Okay, it's good for now. Okay, I took my AirPods off. Maybe something's wrong with my AirPods. I don't know. But we have some things to do. Where is everybody? Come on in, folks. We got more people on YouTube than we have on Facebook. Wow. So get subscribed on YouTube because we hit 90,000 subscribers yesterday. When we hit 100,000 subscribers, YouTube sends you a plaque. Not that I want a plaque from YouTube, but I think it's funny. 100,000 subscribers. We're going for 100,000. So, yahoo, we can have a party. Anyway, folks, we had another drawing last night, and two beautiful, beautiful children did it. And they love it. They went to the dollar store and got them some fancy little costumes and stuff to do. And I'm going to turn the volume up wherever my volume button is. It's up as high as it'll go. And I'm going to hit play. Oh, it went away.
Hi, Fly Baby. Hi, Fly Baby. Our drawing. Again.
This is this week's share drawing.
Again.
Mikey, mix up the bucket and let's see who's going to win.
That's a lot of kisses you're getting.
All right, pick out the name. Hand it to Gemma.
What's one?
Yeah, I think that's just one. Open it up and turn it around. All right, flip it upside down. Flip it the other way.
It's upside down. It's upside down.
Hope Smith. Congratulations!
They have a lot of fun doing this. It's like they're just adorable. They love to do the drawing every week, and they help. They help fold up the pieces of paper. They help do everything to put them in the bucket. So thank you. I'm going to have to send them a special gift for being our drawing team this summer. Anyway, we got questions. Please share our video. That gets your name in the pot. If you're on YouTube, post in the comments where you share our video. And somebody needs to post in there how they found the super chat yesterday. I don't know how they found it, but evidently it's there because a lot of you sent super chat money yesterday, and I just thought it was the cutest thing ever. So folks, somebody post how to find the super chat. I think you go down to the bottom and there's a little dollar sign. You know, every little bit is just precious. I love it because your comment gets put in bright letters. Anyway, so here we go. First question. I have a difficult time peeling eggs for deviling. I don't call them deviled eggs. I call them angel eggs because I don't want to give the devil any credit for anything. What am I doing wrong? Any suggestions? Well, the first thing, eggs that are fresh eggs don't peel well, number one. Second thing, there's YouTube videos on how to peel eggs. And Bonnie's saying put some vinegar in the water. I've heard put baking soda in the water. I have heard a lot of weird things. But one of the things that I love is to get a pint jar. And I've seen this done. Get a pint jar, put some water in it, not full of water, about half full of water. Put your boiled egg in the jar and then go shake, 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 shake. And guess what? The peeling comes off. Try it. You're going to like it. Now, I always use at least 2-week-old eggs. And I know when I'm going to be cooking eggs for making my angeled eggs. And I get Robert to stock up. I mean, here it is. We're 3 weeks before the 4th of July. We get some eggs. Get them and get started. Okay, next question. And I do mine. If you look up angel eggs in on our website, you will see them. You will see how I do it. Now, the eggs need to be room temperature, so I leave them setting out overnight so they get to be room temperature. And if they're in a styrofoam egg carton, then you may need to take them out and put them in a bowl. But they have to be room temperature before you put them in the oven. And then you put them in the oven. I'm not going to tell you what degrees right now. You could do a test run, but I think it's 300, but I can't remember that right now. It's on my website, but I believe it's 300. And you set your timer for exactly 30 minutes. You set the oven temperature at 300. Shut the oven door. Don't open it up again. And then I place them all on the rack. They look like little aliens when they are peeled. And then I fill my sink full of cold water and I put some ice in it. So as soon as I pull the rack out of the oven and just dump it, because I don't care if it breaks them, dump it into the cold water and it stops the cooking process. And they're perfect. I hate to say that word, but they are perfect. But I know my oven, and you have to know your oven. So you could do 6. Set 6 out of the refrigerator, 6 eggs out of the refrigerator. Now, if you don't trust, then you could put a cookie sheet underneath if you needed to. But you can, it's amazing. It's amazing. You can cook a bunch of eggs and you don't have to worry about green yolks. Yuck. Anyway, it works. People have been asking about Jay and Dina. They're doing better. They have they're supposed to be getting a new floor put in their florist shop, their little shop, and Jay's got 2 big incisions, one on his chest and one on his neck, and it's 2 days. He should have pray for him to have a good day today. Where can I find Fly Lady besides Facebook and YouTube? Well, that's where I start out my shows, but by the time I've posted it on, I post the link to YouTube in our email, which goes to YouTube, which I just said. And then it goes to Podbean, Apple Podcast. You just hear it though. You don't really see it. And Podbean, you just hear it too. Then locals.com. What's next? Trying to look at my toolbar. Locals.com. brighteon.com. Bright, BRIGHTEON.com. And do you have to pay for Apple Podcasts? No, you don't. You don't have to pay for Apple Podcasts. Bright Eon, I don't get a lot of views over there, but I keep having to delete shows that I think are good shows because they only let me post 100 videos, and I'm doing 2 a day, so in 2 months' time I've done that many. And so if you could go over to Brighteon, I can't share the link because YouTube and Facebook will not allow that link to be shared in anything. But go find me. I'm the Fly Lady over there. And like it and listen to a couple of them. I know you probably already listened to them. But anyway, they just, that's just another alternative place. Let's see, what's the next one? BitChute, BITCHUTE.com. I think that's got them all. But you can share them anywhere you want to. You can share our videos anywhere you want to, and if you post it in YouTube, Liz will pick your name out and put it in that bucket for those babies to draw a name out next Wednesday night. Somebody post the name of who won in here. Hope. Get in contact with Liz, and we'll get your address and send you something. Yeah, we will. Next question. Here in Florida, my car is so hot and stuffy, and it smells. I'm good with removing trash. Any ideas to keep it sweet smelling? Baking soda. They make some baking soda things that can help. There's little deodorizers. It's usually musty is the problem with the smell. Damp Rid makes a thing that you can hang on the back seat of the car that will collect the moisture. Main thing is you may need to get your carpets cleaned. Those carpets can be nasty, and if they've ever been wet, it could be mold and mildew in there. I have a car door, my passenger back seat passengers on the right side. The little weep holes in it don't weep, and the water doesn't drain out right because I live in the woods and there gets to be crap in it. So I take a little piece of string from the weed eater, that plastic monofilament stuff that's thick, and I can just poke it up in there and clear out the holes until it all drains. But get the carpet cleaned. Maybe get some cat deodorizer. Arm & Hammer makes it. It's baking soda, and sprinkle it on your carpets and brush it out. That'll give it a good smell in there too. But you may need to leave your windows open some and let the breeze blow through if you can put it under a carport. You have had many critters through the years, so I wonder if you ever had this problem. My dog's breath is terrible and his teeth are stained. Any ideas? We used to have a vet, Dr. Brooks would do a show with me every once in a while. And I give the critters these little hard treats that are for cleaning. They're called greenies. And the cats too. But they recommend brushing your dog's teeth. But these are like little toothbrushes. How do you get pine pollen out of my screens? Wow, I've never had that problem. You can take your screens out and spray them with a water hose from the inside out, but you can't do that in the house. You might take the multi-wand and rub over the screens from the back side. That could push it out. If you've got to climb, I wouldn't recommend climbing. But if you've got somebody that can take the screens out and wash them with a water hose, that could be the best thing. But the multi-wand with the long handle on it can reach a lot of things, and that might be all you need. Also, another thing you could do is the rubber sweeper. It'll get it. An expensive way to do it would be to oh, that's not going to work. Okay, folks, my little things are not working the way I want them to. I was trying to put my rubber sweeper back on its holder. But just sweep them with a rubber scrubber if you can reach them. And it could be good. Could be all you need to do. But don't use spray air or anything on it. If you have a vacuum cleaner that'll blow backwards, you can do it from inside the house. You have to hook the hose up differently. But taking the screens off and washing them with a water hose is a good way. Plus, it's fun for the kids to get out and get wet. What do you recommend for shining my kitchen counters? They always look dull. Well, why do they need to be shined? That's what I don't get. All you got to do is make sure they're clean. A little Windex and a purple rag. Oh, by the way, the purple rag sale that we've had going on for a long time is ending. Let me find my calendar. I think it's the 16th. June the 16th. No, yep. Yeah, next Wednesday, June the 16th, the purple rag at $10 is going away. So get your purple rags now. We still have the silver rags, and the silver rags are $10, and the pink rags. Pink rags. We love these pink rags. I don't want Siri. Don't know what's going on with my iPad. Okay. But if your counters are cleared off, your kitchen's going to look wonderful. It's going to look wonderful. So don't worry about being... I like a matte finish to a kitchen counter. Why are items being discontinued? Will you replace them with other products? Yes, we will. We have the silver rags are being discontinued. We still have a lot of them, but they're being discontinued for a color y'all really wanted, and it's going to be a darker gray. And then we also have another color come that is a blue. We're going to get a royal blue. Those are the two new colors that are coming. It'll be a few weeks before we get them, like a couple of months. The reason we discontinue products is they take up space in our warehouse, but y'all want new stuff, and you've asked for it. And so we have to declutter something before we can get something new. That's how it works in our warehouse, because we only have a certain amount of warehouse space. And when we get a load in, it's a container load, y'all. It's a big load. What makes the Fly Lady calendar different from other calendars? Its size. When you get a little calendar from the drugstore, it doesn't cover 2 sheets. It only covers 1 sheet and then a picture up here. We cover 2 whole sheets. This thing is huge. I can't even look. It's as wide as the screen. And we give you instructions on how to use a calendar. And it has lines on it. Let me show you. Let me get it out here. Okay, so you see the lines? We like to stay on the lines. We hate to just write across catty corner. We want to stay on the lines. That's our perfectionism. It's okay. So those of you who are getting your calendars, take pictures. What I want to know, this is a homework assignment for you. Where do you put your calendar? Take a picture and send me your control central for your calendar. Take a picture of, do an opening of your calendar. Aren't they pretty this year? We never put them on a blue. We put them on pink. We put them on lots of different colors, but never a blue. Okay, next question. I lost my questions. Where are they? So why is it different from other calendars? It's bigger. It's got some Fly Lady quotes on it. It's got lines. It's got 5 extra months so that you can get your calendar when school starts. Have a new calendar when school starts. And you've got 5 months because your other calendars, last year's calendar is going to go till December. So you got 5 months to change over. So it's just a little grace period. Our calendar gives you a grace period. How often should I change the solution in the crock for swishing? I never change it. I keep adding to it. It's just continual because I have this vase that I put Dawn dishwashing liquid in. I put half Dawn and half water. And then I keep adding, it sort of gets thicker and thicker. And so I keep adding water to it. And then about once a year, I will totally put it under some hot water and rinse it out and then add more Dawn. But I keep using it and use it, keep it thin, and it just makes it, I don't have to put any soap in my toilet. I have email clutter. Do you have any tips for handling it? Email clutter is not clutter, y'all. It's digital. Do Control A or Command A, that's select all, and delete. And if you don't want to delete it, put it in an archive. That's what I do on Gmail. I get about 2,000 emails in my Gmail account, and I go Control A. There's a select all button at the top, and I archive them. Just get rid of them. You don't have to read them. Most of them are spam that you get. But Control A will get rid of a lot of them. I do that at the first of each month. I have 3 teenage boys who stay up later than I do. They leave the kitchen a wreck. So every morning I feel behind. What can I do? Well, they're cooking for themselves. You should be proud of them. If they're getting in the kitchen and making themselves some snacks, you should be proud of them. Is your dishwasher empty? That's what I'm going to ask. Is your dishwasher empty so they can put dirty dishes in there? Sit down at the table and have a family meeting with them and say, if you're going to go into the kitchen and cook, you got to clean up after yourself. I'm not your maid. So have a meeting. Don't throw a fit. Do it in love. And any morning that you come into the kitchen and the kitchen is the way you left it, you need to brag on those children, those boys. Cleaning up after themselves is a character trait that their future wives are going to thank you for. How often should we wash curtains? I don't really know because I don't have any curtain. I have one curtain in the house and I'm getting ready to take it down because it's green and I want to put a white one up there so that the light is better in here. For some reason the light's working today. I don't know why, but the light is really good in here today. But once a year, some people vacuum their curtains, but it's according to what kind of curtains they are. Are they heavy pinch pleat drapes? Those things need to be dry cleaned and climbing on stuff. Get them up there and take your vacuum cleaner and vacuum them if you need to. Or sweep them with your rubber sweeper. Or feather dust them. Yeah, that works too. But you could just run them through the dryer too and not wash them. But you got to check the fabric tag on them. But I buy cheap curtains that are just shears that I can throw in the wash machine. But then you got to iron them. And I'm not going to iron anything right now. Which tool is best for beginner flybabies? Well, I think the Chaos to Clean book, the 31 Baby Step book, is a great beginner flybaby book. Which tool? Purple rags are one of the best tools you can use if you don't think they're gonna wash the purple out of them. Get the silver rags because they're all the same fabric. And a mop. A mop is a great tool to start with because we neglect our floors. I know you say your children are always watching you. Some days I complain about cleaning, and I know they hear me. Do you have any tips to stop the negative thinking and speaking? Shut your mouth. You got to shut your mouth. If you know you're doing it, stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. Do not allow your mouth to ruin your children for the rest of their life. Yeah, you heard me say it. Because your attitude about cleaning house is already being injected into these babies. And let me tell you a funny testimonial I got today. And I'm going to read it to you. And we'll go in and find it. Let me get the iPad up. I love those kids. Where is it? Okay, so this is a testimonial from a flybaby in Michigan. I've been attempting to fly for 10 years. My health causes me to go into a holding pattern every now and then, but I still push through as best I can. One reason I push is because I'm raising my 3-year-old grandson. He calls himself the Fly Lady Grandbaby. Isn't that the sweetest thing ever? He walks around singing, I'm in it to win it, and it only takes a minute to keep my house looking this way. How precious. A 3-year-old running around the house. He's been hearing the music. They're watching. I'm in it to win it. And how you put those things together. It only takes a minute to keep my house looking this way. I love it. No matter how bad I feel, when I hear this, it makes me set my timer for 2 minutes and start blessing my house. A baby is leading you, yeah. When you train them up in the way they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. Since I found you in October of 2010, there are 2 things that have become consistent part of my life. Getting dressed to shoes and watching The Walking Dead on Sundays. Robert and I watch The Walking Dead. We have for a lot of years now. Well, the show's 10 years old, so yeah, we've been watching it since then. And all the spin-offs, we watch those too. My grandson is starting to follow my example by getting dressed to shoes. One day he asked if he could put on his shoes too, and I told him of course. Once he got his shoes on, he said, Nona, I have to keep my shoes on in case the zombies try to get me while I'm blessing my house. I laughed and told him that was the best reason I have ever heard for getting dressed to lace up shoes. I hope this made you smile. Yes, it did make me. I even read it to Robert. And it's just funny. You know, the kids are watching. You have to set the example for them. Stop running your mouth complaining about cleaning the house because it's your house. You deserve to have a clean house. If you don't want to clean, then don't clean and live in chaos. I don't care. But I'm here to tell you, you do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. They're going to reap the benefits, but the main person that's going to be happy is you. It's you. That's all our questions, y'all. Look at us. Still took 40 minutes. Well, I was a little late. But the main thing here is you got to do it for you. You can't do it for anybody else because you deserve to have a home that blesses you. That blesses you. Don't allow your negativity to wreak havoc with the next generation's lives because they hear you. And what they need to hear coming out of your mouth is goodness and love and purpose. Please watch what you're saying. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. They hear it from you. I don't think a 3-year-old should be watching The Walking Dead. That's for adults. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Because the Father up above is looking down in love. That's a great song. Look it up. I can't remember the name of it. Be careful, little hands, what you do. You're setting the example for these children. They're the next generation. I watched an amazing podcast yesterday. And I can't even give you a link to it yet. It's not up on YouTube, but when it is, I will share it. And there's some ugly words in it. But this young man was raised in an abusive home. But he's turned out to be an amazing man of God. And this week he's a producer of films, indie films, and he has produced some amazing things. I can't even think of his name right now. But when I get the link, he was in Greenville, South Carolina this week at a film festival. This just down the mountain from me. And he was walking back to his hotel downtown Greenville, and he met this man who didn't have a whole lot of teeth. The man was hungry, and he asked for some food. This young man said, "Okay, let's go in this restaurant." But it was late. It was after 10 o'clock. And he said, "Where can we get you some food?" And he said, "Well, there's a Quick Trip right down the street. It's about a few blocks." And he went to this man. They went in the Quick Trip. And all he wanted was a hot dog and a pack of cigarettes. And then he started to steal a cigarette lighter. And the man said, "No, put it down there. I'll get that for you too." And this man had been a sailor in our Navy. And he had a picture of himself as a sailor. And he showed the man his identification. And this young producer put his arms around this man and hugged him. and held him tight. And he said, this young man who's a film producer said, I saw Jesus. I saw Jesus. We have to love everybody, y'all. We have to love everybody, even our enemies, the people that have abused us. We have to pray for them. We have to get rid of the anger that is so prevalent in our lives. We have to lose the anger. I mean, when you're complaining about your house, that's anger. You could be homeless like this man and not have a home. Be thankful. Quit complaining. See Jesus everywhere. You can do this. When we turn off the anger and change that to love, it defeats evil every day. We have to turn on the love. I got this for Christmas from somebody. I think it was Liz. Do everything in love. Do everything in love. Don't do things out of anger. Drop the anger. I've gotten to where I never get angry. I never allow my adrenaline to go nuts. I don't do it. I live a calm, loving life. I bless others with me. I'm here every day to do everything in love. How beautiful is this? And I think those are peonies right there. Do everything in love. Let go of the negativity. Whenever you hear yourself, if it's not wholesome coming out of your mouth, you need to check your mouth. You need to tape it up. Draw some smiley face and put some address labels on your lips. Yeah, you'll exfoliate your lips at the same time. But if you can't say something in love, don't say things in anger, because you're just feeding the enemy. They live to create chaos in our lives. That's their job, to put this negative vibration out there that is evil. So do everything in love. Even when they're bad to you, you just have to say, God bless you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Pray for them. Pray for your enemies. Do it in love. That love and kindness is going to change the world. It's going to change the world. Let go of the anger. Let it go. Put on some good music. I was talking with Julie this morning, and Julie, she has a 30-minute drive to work. And you know what she does in the morning? She listens to her gospel music in the morning on the way to work. It's prayer and worship time. It's prayer and worship time. She doesn't waste that 30 minutes listening to country music or hip hop or anything. She listens to gospel music. She sent me Sandy Patty this morning. So, folks, let go of your anger. If something makes you angry, then if it creates negative feelings in your life, you may need to get rid of that. This morning, I'm not real happy with AirPods. I'm not real happy with them. Last night I wasn't real happy with them, so I got out my wired ones and used them last night. I hooked one up to my computer and one up to my phone. And you know, I did fine until I almost pulled my phone off the stand when I forgot they were in my ear. Anyway, I like my AirPods, but I'm not going to use them as much. So be careful with your mouth. The mouth can get us in trouble. When you read in the Bible, who was it that was stricken? John the Baptist's father. His wife was pregnant, and the baby in the womb was the first one to recognize that Jesus in the womb was Jesus. And she was of an older age, and John the Baptist's father was told he couldn't speak until the baby was born because he spoke negatively. So God shut his mouth. Shut his mouth. So the words that come out of your mouth condemn you, or they can lift you up. It's your choice. So watch those words. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate all of you so much because you give my life purpose. You give my life purpose. So I'll be back here at 3 o'clock. Until then, be good, kind, and sweet. Good to yourself, kind to others, and let that essence of love just, your cup overfloweth. Let everyone know that you are love. I'll see you at 3. I don't know if I'll have hot tea, but I'll have some cold tea for sure. I might even, I don't have a lemon, but I'll put some ice in it. Ice. I love you all. I'll see you later.